Hello and welcome. This is the Connector's Edge podcast, and I'm Marian LaSalle, the chief connector over here, and my co-host Ricky McKenna, and our guest, our returning guest, Debbie Prediger.
Prediger, but it's
Prediger.
fine. I go by all. Hello.
Thank you. Yes, I go by a lot of different names too because my name is old fashioned, and people want to call me Marilyn or Marianne or something like that. I'm okay. Whatever you call me, I'm fine. Just don't
Just
call
call
me
me.
late for dinner, right, Ricky?
Right?
Hmm. Yes,
Exactly.
yes. So the three of us today are going to have a great conversation, and I want to start with a little bit about what's happening in the Connectors Business Network. So we do have a lot of different programs going on. That's what I'll call them, as programs. I don't know
Mhm.
how we can't fit into a box. So we're going to talk about that too later. So the things that we have going on are on Mondays, we have a book club at 1 o'clock Central Time. And it's a business book club. Right now, we're reading the 12-week year. And now we're getting almost ready to go to Start with Why with Simon Sinek. That's coming up June 1st. So that book club is filled with people that are own their own business or want to own their own business, and it's a great way to get everybody's perspective on this business book.
Yeah.
Because if you just read a book by yourself, it's just you talking to yourself. You can hear yourself talking and your self talk. But when you hear other people's perspective, it's totally different. And I really like that. And then
Opens up a whole new world.
yes, it does, right? For me. Then on Thursday nights at 7:30 Central Time, we have a different leader every week, a teacher, a trainer, a workshop. And we've got something brand new. Tanya Hewlett is I don't know what you call it. It's like a grand um, explosion. It's called the Visibility Power Hour. So what she's doing is all of the members that come in, they get to be recognized, they get to be seen, they get to be heard, they get to be to uh, shine a light on whatever it is that they're promoting. Take their insides, whatever they're passionate about, and spread it out to the world. And we're going to help her. It's like a team effort. So I'm really excited about that. And then we also have Chris Sievers, who's our book club host, Suzanne Sherrard, who does Marketing Made Easy. She's the first Thursday of every month. Then we have me, the second Thursday of every month. It's called the Connectors Classroom. And the reason I came up with that word is because I teach. I've always been not a teacher of children, only business people. And I teach things like software and how to create graphics and all the different affiliate marketing, all the stuff that goes on the computer. That's me, and that's what I teach. And then we also have Red O'Laughlin, who does the Entrepreneur Authority Lab. Now, what does that mean? He's got 8 books, getting ready to launch his ninth book. And so a lot of people were saying, well, how did you do that? Can you help me? And so even though he's a researcher of cause and effect of serious diseases,
Okay.
he's actually teaching us how to build our authority using the written word. So I love that. There's all kinds of great and wonderful things going on, as you can tell. And one of them is the podcast here. So let's get started and talk to our guest today. And Ricky is going to ask the first question, and then we'll just jump in and see where it goes.
We could go all over the world as we usually do. I'd like to reintroduce Debbie, since she's been here before, Debbie Prediger, a woman who I've known for, what, about 6 years, Deb, online only. And we finally got to meet in person and actually hug. There's such a wonderfulness about meeting someone in person
Yes.
and being able to really connect, not just through the screens. I mean, the screens are wonderful, but it makes such a difference to be there and, heart to heart hug. So Deb
Yes.
and I got to meet among a whole group of about how many people were there, Deb?
I think 75, I believe. Don't
Wow.
quote me.
And you stood out as one of the best leaders. I have to, this is not flattery. This is my truth. You did. You stood out as one of the best leaders there, very understandable, very wise, and very warm and compassionate. And I think that those are some of the characteristics that help you and have brought you to where you are in your business and in life in general. So, what I'd like to do is have you tell people a little bit about what is the name of your company and what inspired you to start that, to start working with not just women, mostly women,
Mhm.
but to start a company that does what you do.
Thank you so much. And ditto back to you. Thank you so much. Real hugs and knowing the person at a deeper level means
Yeah.
everything. So that was just wonderful. So a little bit about my company. Yeah, it's actually an evolution. So I'm going to just say that at the very beginning, I, well, that's a hard one to actually go because where does the beginning? You know, I was a nurse and then I was teaching and then I was a photographer and I was teaching and then I became a computer. I owned computer stores and I was teaching and then I was burnt out and then I was helping, research. So really, let's talk about since I've met you, that last 6, 7 years where I've really dove into the online world and helping people extract the knowledge, which I say is your message and your mission. You
Debbie,
have a lived.
I have to interrupt you because the nursing that you talked about in the very beginning is what drew me into you. You are so kind and it shows. It comes through even through the screen. I can tell the kindness and love that you share with everyone. It literally comes right through the screen. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you started with that. I did the first time I met you, you didn't mention that part. And I thought, no
Yeah.
wonder I feel the way I do when I see you and when I
well,
feel
thanks
that.
for interrupting me in that because I think that that's if I lead with that, people just hear that's what I am, and they stop right there and they want to go into all of the ways in which a nurse and a caregiver and that type of thing. And there's so much more. Ricky knows there's so much more to that.
Oh, yes.
But really, that is. So my role as a nurse actually started when I was the person in the hospital. I was in grade 1 and I was sent away for over a year to live in a hospital that was 3.5 hours from my family. I was scared, I was alone, and I had no clue of what was really happening other than I was, hooked to a bed and all the different things all the time. And so finally I got well enough that I got to just go out and sit on the nurse's lap with my IV beside me. And I sat there while she charted and she did her thing. And the doctors would come up and visit with the nurses. And I was like, this is amazing. I actually feel safe. I feel seen. I feel cared for.
Mm. Oop,
Uh-oh, your
oop,
mic went off.
wait. We can't hear you, Deb.
She knows. She's trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just snapped off.
I
Oh,
wonder if
gosh. There you go.
no?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay. Something must have powered off. Is the sound okay?
Yes, you'll probably need to speak up just a little bit more.
Okay, dokie. Sorry
There you
about
go.
that.
That's all right.
So I'm not sure where I was there, but
You were
You
sitting
felt
on the
safe and
nurse's lap and
secure.
she,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We're all right there with you. This story is
Hmm.
amazing.
yeah. So what happened in that is, I went back to school. I was a little girl. I went through life, many, many turns and twists, written about it many times, and I became many different things. But when you're doing to please people or to fit in or to fill a need that isn't fully your own, you still feel a little invisible, right? I was the person behind the scenes that it was micromanaging this and getting ahead because I could see this. But in the middle of that, I at age 13, 14, I drove an hour to be a candy striper. I don't know if you guys have that in the US, but it's basically, a
Yeah.
volunteer at the hospital and you wear this cute
Yep.
little
Yep.
outfit. And so I
Mm-hmm.
realized again that my dream was coming true to be a nurse and
Oh,
uh,
I
started.
get chills.
I
Do you?
know. I'm like,
So it was one of those things where I never applied for any jobs. They were given to me. They were reached out to me and said, I think you'd be perfect for this. And so somebody reached out to me and said, we think you'd be perfect for our caregivers class. I don't remember what it was at the time. And so I went and started working at the nursing home and I loved it. But as you know, it's very hard work, but there's a
Yes, it
lot
is.
of compassion needed for the people that are in those nursing homes and their families. And so eventually it's like, would you help run the desk? Would you help do this? And eventually I got tapped on the shoulder and said, we think you should go back to school and be a nurse. And honestly, like I think of that woman that did that for me, and I think about what a pivotal point in my life where somebody actually seen me for more than just doing a task, that there
yes.
was
Mm.
another level of this. So I'll end there in case you guys want to ask me any questions, but it just has evolved over time, and completely different to what I do now, but I definitely see the through line.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us because I didn't know all of that about you, even from your speaking at Soul Treat. My my question really is, how did you develop the business that you have now that came from all that? This obviously that's the background with compassion, with your heart, and with realizing that you have so much to give
Hmm.
and all that wisdom from all your experience. And I remember you talking about going through different levels of different things. But how did you start where you do the retreats? I know you do retreats,
Yeah.
and that fascinates me because I've always wanted to do that. I've been to several, but I've never had the really the compunction to go do how do you do a cooking retreat?
Ooh, let's talk about that. That cooking retreat would be a lot of fun. But really, I'll go back to I have a complete leadership pathway. So my
Hmm.
offers aren't one off, they build on each other. And how did I actually get to that point? It's by knowing my audience so well. I'm obsessed with who I'm speaking to, and I feel in compassionately and empathically. I can feel where they're in their own way, what they truly need before they actually say they need it. And I'm just saying yes to you every single time because if you need it, I'll build the experience for you and continue to
Wow.
help you get out of your own way.
That good point right there.
Yeah.
One of
What
the
is
things that,
what is the name of your company? You still haven't
yes.
said.
So my name of my company is actually just Debbie Prediger.
Oh,
The
okay.
Shine Leadership Advantage is my tagline. So I have created everything from community groups. As a community builder, I bring and curate beautiful communities of people where they totally can feel safe, seen, and held. And that from that point, it's like, now what do you want? Now we can pull out that real dream. Now we can help you get out of your own way. And so I mentor people that mentor my people. So somebody like Ricky, I would bring in, I would help them discover what is that true passion? What is that thing that you want to help? And then how does that fit in to my communities? And how can we make sure that there is a through line between shine is actually a framework, between shining your unique light, the
Hmm.
self awareness, the healing, the intuition, the nourishing our mind, body, and our soul, and empowering evolution. When your message
Ooh,
somehow, which it always does, ties into mine, it's now you're co-branded with me. Now you're elevated with me, and I've given you an audience to practice with. And so we're serving two things. We're elevating you as a leader, and we are supporting those people in the foundational practices that I call shine. If we're not able to shine our unique light, there's still some healing and self-discovery to happen, and we just continue to go back there until we're just shining so brightly that the world can find us.
Woo! When's the next one?
When's the next one? I have an evolution okay, I'll just tell everybody kind of like from the public part of that is
Mm-hmm.
on the second Tuesday of every month, we connect. We have a connect call. And I call it connect because we're reconnecting to ourselves when we pause and intentionally come into a group like this. We are reconnecting to ourselves and our values. We're sharing that connection with each other in the room. Magic happens in those calls every time. There's so much more than networking. And then we reconnect to our missions because I believe as a collective, every time we get together, there is a through line and there is a movement or a creation that's being asked to be born. And that's
Ooh,
really what we're doing is igniting that. So that's on the second Tuesday of every month. And then on the third Tuesday, we do an explore call because you're probably going to say, where do I fit in this? How can I get in? And so instead of having all these one-off calls with people, I now invite anybody that's interested back to see the entire pathway and the ecosystem so that you can say, oh, this is for me. This is where I want to be. Or I want to invite somebody else that's maybe a corporation that would need all of us because there's that opportunity along the whole pathway as well.
wow. That's quite an outreach. And today's the second Tuesday, by the way. What time is that? Can we help you set up for whenever it happens today?
Well, my goodness, it's that at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll tell you right now, it's really easy to get in. You just go to connect.debbieprediger.com. You'll find a calendar with this month's call. You click on it, just like you would a calendar with an appointment, and it will send you out the Zoom call or the Zoom link and a reminder. So I've set
Okay.
it up that way with automations.
Say it one more time. It's
Yes,
connect.
please.
Connect
Uh-huh.
at,
Okay.
sorry, I said that wrong. Connect dot
I was going to say, that sounds like an
debbieprediger.com.
email to me.
Yeah, thank you. Dot.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I never ever come on these podcasts thinking that I'm going to be promoting my events, and I should have been more prepared.
Well, you're on the connector's edge. Could it be more perfect?
Could it be more? Well, when she was saying all the things she's doing, I'm just sitting back here going, me too, me too. Like visibility is
Yeah.
everything to me. But you know what? I can go back to a time, and it doesn't feel like long ago, although it was decades, that I didn't know what visibility meant. I thought it was followers on Instagram or that type of egotistic
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
visibility.
Mm,
And I also didn't know what leadership was
Right.
because I really needed to recognize, as Ricky said, that I am a leader
oh, yeah.
before I realized, oh, the leaders I thought were leaders, they were just sergeants. They were just telling us what to do.
Yeah. We were following in line because
Yeah.
before we started recording, we started talking about how things have changed. We all are over 50. We're no longer in corporate America, any of us. And so I can tell you from experience that we were groomed. I'll say it. We were groomed. We were told what to do, what to say, who to get the job from. We had to do certain things, and it took us a while to come out of that. It took us a while to connect with the right people that gave us permission
Mm,
to move past that. And so that's what I'm finding is that people aren't wanting to go back into corporate America anymore. They want to do their own thing because we can.
Yeah.
yeah.
And what I've done now, because I was serving the people at the lower end of my pipeline. And don't love the word pipeline, but just so you guys see the pathway, I was bringing women in that really loved to hear other women's stories, but they didn't see themselves as a leader. And I needed those stories to connect the dots to help them see themselves as that leader with that message, with that mission, with that somebody is following you. Even if it's just your inner family, you are a leader. And so I was bringing those people in. The mentors were standing up and saying, I want to mentor, I want to do that. Then I have a leadership momentum accelerator where it is leaders of leaders. It's community builders. It's people that are already doing it. They have a great offer. They've spoken on stages maybe, but they've definitely shared their wisdom for a while. But they're at a plateau. They're at a glass ceiling. And now we're just coming back in and really taking all your pieces of you. Because what I see at that level is women say, well, I once was this, but now I'm evolved and I'm this, and I don't know how to tie them together, and my branding's all mixed up, and now I'm confusing my audience. And we bring it all back in holistically with a branding expert and pull it together and get you on stages and position you and build authority for you so that now it's a relaunch in a way that's really powerful. And what I just wanted to just point out is at the top end are corporations and communities like this, what you just said, we've left corporate America, but guess what? Corporate America needs us. And
Yes.
so I've built this podcast that is my bridge between the CEOs that are looking for cultural changes. They're looking to support their people. They're not the drill sergeants. They're the people that know there's something different, but they don't know how to get it. And so I'm bringing in guests to talk about the Shine Leadership Advantage. And then I'm connecting them to our mentors to speak on stages, to facilitate workshops for them, and really help them engage their employees, engage their corporate families, and come back to a place where corporate America can be healthy again.
God bless you. Whew.
Right?
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
Again,
thank you.
were they ever healthy? When you say you
I,
can,
I believe, and here's what I really believe, is there was an amazing group of women, and maybe some men in there too, I'm not men bashing, women that truly cared. And they went into it thinking they could make a difference. And pretty soon they started being the drill sergeant, and they didn't love themselves. And they became, I get chills as I say it, they became two different people, their family life and their corporate life. And it didn't match. It wasn't congruent. And they were fighting internally with their soul. And so they finally either had to leave or just become that unfulfilled person that just followed the rules. And I believe that we're here. The leaders that I have on my podcast are like the people that are doing the work, and they are going in and disrupting, and they're making a difference. And I applaud them, and I love them, and I want to celebrate them.
okay, that sounds good. That sounds very
Wow.
good. Hopeful. Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
Would you please repeat the time today that your class?
It's tomorrow. It's Tuesdays.
Tuesday, excuse me.
Mhm.
Hey, I didn't know if this was airing tomorrow, and so I just wanted to
It
be
It'll
will.
air today. Yeah, it will.
It'll air, yeah.
It's on the second Tuesday of every month, so it is happening Tuesday tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. That's 2 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock Mountain Time.
Mountain
Yes,
time.
I'm in Mountain as well.
Yeah, and I'm 3 o'clock Central. I did already register, if you can believe that. And it does say Central Time, but it says 4 o'clock. So you might want to check the things that are going on behind the scenes there.
Thank
Now,
you.
once it says you're in, then it says 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock
Ah,
Mountain Time.
Okay.
But
And-
when you register, it literally says Central 4 o'clock.
Deb, would
Well,
you
I
give,
was probably in Mexico when I made it, and so probably picked up my Central Time. So thank you.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
and it's connect dot,
DebbiePrediger.com.
Yep.
okay.
All of
Yep.
my invites are very simple that way. I have a brand new Ignite call, which is a 4-week program, and it's helping you get out of your own way. You've been telling me for years you want to do something, you're not doing it. Let's ignite you. Let's light that fire. But I'm bringing in one of
I'm
my
ready.
Ricky, I'm bringing in one of my mentors, and she's an identity and embodiment mentor. And we're
Hmm.
doing this together because works with the unconscious and the subconscious beliefs, the old identity trying to take over. And so the desire and the willpower isn't enough to actually take the steps. And we can't get the wins if we don't implement. We can't make a difference if we don't get out of our own way. And so we're doing this as a 4 week. It actually starts, we have a free class on Wednesday, the May 13th, and then it'll start right after that for four consecutive weeks on Wednesdays. This is when you are a Shine member, there is a huge discount to being a Shine member. It's kind of that bribe, come in and get the foundational healing that you need to get out of your own way. And then when we do these types of one-off events, which I do create events and collaborations with my mentors, then they get highly discounted because that's their thank you for being with us and understanding the framework in which we speak about all the time. They're halfway there. They just have to take the next step. So there's a $300 discount. Already was a very reasonable price. And so it's $997 for that 4 weeks. And I believe we've created it in a way that's going to be instrumental to these women that I have met. Ricky knows that I have worked with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins for 7 years. We have put millions of people through the Zoom rooms, and every one of them says they have a mission and a message, but probably about 1% of them will actually take action and start sharing that. And that breaks my heart. And I know from being on the other side of that there's people praying for you. They're praying for your lived experience, your guidance, your compassion, your hand holding, your being the bridge and helping them through one of the most difficult times in their lives. And it just literally hurts my body when I think about those people, especially because it's like I see the two people. I'm like, here you are with this message and this mission, and here they are praying for you. And like, I just need to help get you together, which is a true connector, right?
Yeah, and empathically so. Yeah, I'm feeling that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you two were able to come together and meet each other in person and hug
Hmm.
and that I I'm lucky in that I met Ricky before she moved to Colorado. And so I got lots of hugs and lots of time with her, her birthday parties and meet her husband and even before they got married. I feel very lucky that I got that. But now
Thank
I need
you.
it again. So I plan to go. I plan to go when it's really hot here in Houston. I plan to go and visit and spend some
Oh,
time and do more of
well,
that.
thank you, Marion. I feel the same way about you. I mean, when we met years ago, somewhere in the 80s,
Sounds perfect. I think, ooh,
it's
just
just,
lucked up.
um, Marion to me is more than, well, she's a true friend. I can always count on her to have an ear and to she's definitely a people person. Not only an ear but heart. She is
Mm.
definitely heart led, and she's truly the chief connector. So I think that somehow or other, I see all three of us getting together. There's just something that's telling me that's going to happen. And maybe we should plan a retreat, Marion, where we can all get together and bring the people from the Connectors Business Network, because that would truly be, I think, a
Debbie,
match made in
that's
heaven
funny.
somehow.
That's so funny. Yes, yes. Oh,
I
well,
look,
ladies, once again, we don't have enough time. I
Ooh,
mean, it
right.
just flies by. 30 minutes, you think, wow, that's a long time, but man, you just get started and you get rolling. So again, you'll have to come back again. Sorry.
like at least 12 times just to be able to tell my story. But
I
Yes.
love it. That's
I just
fine.
I
Cheaper
want to
by, yeah,
you
what is it? Cheaper by the dozen or better by the dozen?
both. You ladies are doing phenomenal work, and thank you for your roles that you're playing in helping people share their stories and connecting those with each other. I really want to applaud you for doing what you do. Ricky knows that one of my biggest passions is making sure that heart-centered entrepreneurs understand how powerful they are. When you tap into your mission and that message that's coming through you, there is nothing like it. It's
Yeah.
magnetic. It lights up in ways you can hear it. Like you guys picked up on certain words. You guys already have that tuned in ear to pick up. And now it's just that next
Yep.
level. Like, how do we connect those people that are looking for us? So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
in. Plan the retreat, invite me. I'll get on a plane and come down.
Sounds great. That sounds
Yay,
great.
thank you. And
Yeah.
thank you for being with us. And to our audience, we love you and we want to hear from you. So if you heard just one thing that really connected with you, that really clicked and resonated with your heart and or your mind or both, was that redundant? Anyway, let us know. Put it in the chat below. We'll be on YouTube, we'll be on Spotify, and all of us really want to hear from you because this is connecting, this is the connector's edge, and we want to connect with as many people as possible to spread these beautiful words so that people understand how powerful they really are. And their authentic self is what we are speaking to. And you know who you are out there. So
That's
let us
right.
know.
Don't delay. Thank you, and we'll see you again. Bye for
Bye for
now.
now.